This episode was great, but it was very sad. If you watch this video and enjoy it, don't forget to give the video a like, because it really helps the channel out. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below. And if you subscribe, don't forget to click the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to get a notification for whenever I upload a video. Thanks guys! Hey guys, welcome to my review of episode 118. Wow, this episode had a lot going on in it. And as you know if you've seen the episode, it's very sad at the end. And yeah, Universe 6 and Universe 2 got erased. And yeah, funnily enough, I actually found myself really sad at the end of this episode. I was actually tearing up and stuff. I know you guys are like, oh wow, but yeah, I really love Dragon Ball, so yeah, it gets me in the feels. But yeah, I like the way this episode starts and everything. I like the way it was structured. Essentially, there are two fights going on in this episode, and they're both being pretty much shown at the same time. They keep going back and forth, and I really liked it because the majority of this episode was actually action. And it kind of begins with Goku fighting, I have their names, Rubranra, Zirloin and Zabuto, which were the last three members of Universe 2. So, yeah, and Goku's doing alright. It's obviously 3 against 1 and Goku's still tired, so Goku's having a little bit of trouble. But something surprising, which a few people I can imagine are a bit confused about, is that Goku's trying to regain his energy, and he's trying not to waste energy. And as he's being attacked, I believe they all attack him at the same time. All three of them charge at him, and then he really quickly unleashes the power of Super Saiyan Blue, and then it goes away. And he does that to knock them all away from him. But surely enough, if Goku's trying to regain his stamina, he wouldn't be kicking out Blue like that. However, I thought Super Saiyan would be enough, or not Super Saiyan 2, just regular Super Saiyan. Because if you think about it, if they're fighting pretty much equally when Goku's in his base, if he pumped up to Super Saiyan instantly, really fast, that would have probably knocked them away as well. But I understand kind of why they did it, because they want to show off Super Saiyan Blue. However, I think it was a little bit of a stupid choice, because Blue obviously takes up a lot more stamina than Super Saiyan. And it's just mainly just because it's using God Ki and he's trying to save stamina. It just doesn't really make sense. But yeah, apart from that little tangent, basically after a little while, Goku fights them for I'd say about a minute, and then 17, 8, and 18 come in to help him. And I like the androids teaming up with Goku. They make a good team. Something I also liked, which 17 utilized, was his android barrier, which blocks attacks. I saw him use that later on in the episode, and I really love that move. It's actually really useful. But they used their Love Symphony, the Universe 2 people. They copied the move Rubranra and Rosie used against Goku. They used the Love Symphony. I think 2 of them used it, Rosie and Rubranra did. Yeah, and Android 17 blocked it with the Android barrier, which was cool. I'm pretty much going to talk about basically the 2 fights separately, because they cut between the 2 so often that I'd just be cutting constantly over the 2 fights, as I'm trying to talk, and it would be kind of convoluted. So I'm just gonna keep going with the Goku fight. And yeah, Goku 18 and 17 are an amazing team. There isn't too much huge things which happen until mainly the end, but just the fighting in general, I thought it was well choreographed, and I really enjoyed all the fighting. It wasn't just fisticuffs, real if you know what I mean. They actually made the fight look interesting. I like the way Universe 2 is, in the sense of even Rubranra and cheering the Universe 2 people on, even though they've lost. Their belief of love continues, and it doesn't stop their determination in cheering them on. And something also interesting is that the Universe 2 is actually the whole universe is actually watching the Tournament of Power, and we didn't know this before this episode, but from what is implied, it might only be Universe 2 watching it. And I think the main reason is for that is because they have those love glow sticks and later on in the episode their kind of feelings reach out to Rubranra, Zirloin and Zabuto, and they're able to transform the kamikaze fireballs, Rubranra and her gang, and they actually transform into the same forms Rubranra and her friends do. If you don't remember them, obviously Rubranra, you'll remember her, But the other two, their names are Rosie and Kakunsa. Yeah, if that's a little tidbit, if you forgot their names. But yeah, they transform into the same forms. I can't. But the big buff one, I can't remember. I know all three of their names. I don't know them like by face though. But the big macho tough one transforms into the form of Brienne transformed into, and he looked really funny in that form. I like the way the forms are kind of consistent though. It makes sense because they're using kind of like love energy. And what was interesting was the people watching from Universe 2 have those love glow sticks like they had when in the last episode that the Universe 2 squad had when they were cheering them on in like the actual tournament arena. And yeah, they gathered the power of love from the universe and transformed. And I thought that was pretty awesome. And also, yeah, later on in the episode, nearer the end, they unleashed this new technique, which, like Hellas, the goddess of destruction in Universe 2, says that not even Rubranra's kamikaze fireballs could use that technique. And the technique is called the Pretty Black Hole. And it's like this big kind of, obviously it's a heart, because Universe 2 attacks are always love-based, but it's like a big heart, which they throw down onto Goku in the 18 and 17, and it's kind of like a massive gravity distortion. That's how Hellas describes it, and it like holds them down, and it's so heavy in fact that it can actually like destroy the ground underneath them and knock them out of the arena. So like they get stuck for a little while, and 17 and 18 can't get up, but Goku finds the strength to get up somehow, like he always does, trying to break his limits. And yeah, he powers up into blue again with the blue, and then he unleashes a huge Kamehameha and blasts through it. Goku struggles to blast through it though, and I can imagine it's because he's quite tired. But it basically took all he had, I can imagine, to destroy it. So they escape, and the Kamehameha is so strong and huge that it ends up knocking out the rest of Universe 2. And yeah, so Goku and the androids win, obviously, but it wasn't an easy fight, and I actually really like the Universe 2 and their concept of love. Like, out of all the universes, it's pretty easy to say that Universe 2 overall, with all the people and all the fighters within their team, they're definitely the friendliest and closest universe. Like, they all knew each other, and they all had battle plans together, and they all really care about each other, unlike some of the universes like 7 and the other ones where some of the people might know each other and like each other. I think Universe 6 is the best example. Like, the Saiyans know each other, but apart from that, they hardly know each other, and they don't really work together that well, unless, like, it's the Saiyans, really. Unlike Universe 2, where they work together really well because they have a connection and they know each other, if you get what I mean. Universe 7's pretty tight-knit as well, except for Frieza, obviously, because Frieza's evil, and none of them trust him. But, yeah. And also, I'm going to go over to the next fight now. So the next fight is between Piccolo, Gohan, and the two Namekians of Universe 6. And then, if you don't know, their names are Saonel and Pirina. So, Saonel and Pirina. Yeah, I don't know why I said that twice. But yeah, there's actually some really cool kind of, I guess, building in this episode between the Universe 6 Namekians. So the Universe 6 Namekians knew they were going to fight in the Tournament of Power, and something a lot of us speculated, including myself, is that we believe that the Universe 6 Namekians are so strong because they absorbed other Namekians. Well, they didn't absorb them, they fused with them. I meant to say fuse. Like when Piccolo fused with Nail and Kami, his power grew exponentially. And it's revealed that Saonel and Pirina actually fused with some of the Namekians on their version of Planet Namek. When they're explaining it, they don't exactly say that they fused with all of the Namekians from their version of Planet Namek. They just say they fused with like a lot of them. So we can obviously probably assume that they fused with quite a few of them, but not all of them. It could go either way. They could have fused with all of them, but I believe they probably would have left a couple of the Namekians left. Most likely. I'd see them fusing with a lot of them. They probably fused with the Dragon Clan ones, the Warrior Namekians. I can imagine they fused with all the Dragon Clan Namekians, and that's probably what they did. But yeah, so Gohan and Piccolo are fighting them, and something I noticed about the Universe 6 Namekians, and obviously it's because their survival as a universe is on the line, and I can't exactly remember whether it was Saonel or Pirina, but one of them said that as they were fighting, they say their survival of Planet Namek's on the line. And yeah, they're right, and that explains why they fight so aggressively. And in this episode, I really liked it, but it was kind of it was kind of a little bit like Piccolo when he was a villain back in Dragon Ball and King Piccolo. It wasn't that evil, but like the way they were fighting was brutal. Like there was a point where yeah, I'll just continue with the fight because it comes into this. But yeah, they're fighting pretty intensely, and they're giving Gohan and Piccolo quite a hard time. And after having some pretty intense fighting, Gohan tells Piccolo to charge up the special beam cannon, or the Makanko Sappo, if you prefer to call it its Japanese name. Yeah, so Piccolo goes back to like charge up the special beam cannon, and Gohan is obviously fighting both of them at once. So it's like a 2-on-1 against Gohan. And Gohan is kind of, I wouldn't say he's like struggling like crazily, but he's having a hard time because he's fighting two people at once. But he's kind of giving them an equal show. Yeah, and essentially, there's one point where one of the Namekians grabs Gohan. Like, I do know the Namekians' names, I can't exactly remember like which one's who. Because there's like a more muscly one, and then there's like a skinnier one. I don't want to get their names wrong. Because I know most of the characters like name-wise, I just don't know who's who at times. But yeah, so he grabs Gohan with his stretchy arms, and he's holding him kind of in place in the air. And the other Namekian's gonna blast him, and it's pretty brutal. One of the Namekians says like, blast him and take his arms off with mine. And I was like, what? When I was watching it, because I was really surprised. And I found them like really brutal in that respect. Like, obviously, because the Namekians can grow their arms back, if they take off Gohan's arms, he'll be easy to knock out. And that was really brutal in my opinion, because it's a way of incapacitating Gohan to take him out. And I thought that was crazy, because obviously the Namekians from Universe 6 and 7 can grow their limbs back if they get taken off. I've noticed the fight between Gohan, Piccolo, and Pirina and Saonel is very kind of brutal in the sense of whenever they fight, I swear nearly each time they cut to their fight, like in the earlier episodes as well, like one of them's losing a limb. I find it quite funny, but yeah. But yeah, something cool happens. Obviously, one of the Namekians is going to blast Gohan, and Piccolo launches the special beam cannon, but it's not like 100% finished yet. So he launches it and hits the more muscly Namekian, and obviously he's in pain. It stops him from using his attack like directly on Gohan, but he does still launch his attack afterwards and actually shoots it towards Piccolo in obviously anger and pain. And before it goes to commercials, you see Piccolo screaming, and it looks very reminiscent to when Nappa blasts Piccolo, like back in Dragon Ball Z, and obviously when Piccolo dies. But there's a little bit of a reverse here, because when it cuts back to the show, it shows that Gohan actually blocked the attack and saved Piccolo. Like, Piccolo was knocked down by the initial impact, and then Gohan was in the way and he blocked it for him. And then something really awesome happens. There's Piccolo's like waking up, and he's getting up from, he's like lying down because he's a little bit stunned. And then there's like his vision goes kind of dark. And I suppose because there's been like kind of a little bit of chat about fusion with the other Namekians, you actually see Kami and Nail like as like shadowy figures in Piccolo's vision behind him. Then Kami points in front of Piccolo, and then he gets up and like he's flying, and he sees Gohan defended him. But I thought it was really cool the way they like briefly showed Kami and Nail, because they didn't need to do that. And I think it's more of a case of because Piccolo's heard about them fusing with the Namekians, it's kind of had his mind on that subject, and kind of the way the episode has been like made, they kind of showed off that aspect of the Namekians, and that's really cool because like it reminds people that Kami and Nail are still with Piccolo even though he fused with them. But yeah, Piccolo like apologizes to Gohan and says, well, Gohan apologizes to Piccolo and says that I'm sorry I messed up there and you didn't get to charge your attack properly. And then Piccolo says, no, that's fine, because I've been the one who's messed up because I've been too kind of busy being surprised by the Namekian's kind of spirit. And yeah, he's just kind of, in this episode and like the one before, he was kind of stunned about how like strange their energy was and like how familiar it was. I think it's because he recognized like the Namekian energy, and it was kind of messing with his head a bit. But then Piccolo's talking about I lectured you, Gohan, about you being a warrior, and I'm the one messing up. So I thought that was cool. So yeah, Piccolo's first special beam cannon like hit one of the more muscly Namekian, and it managed to hit him in the stomach, but it didn't puncture him. So it just did a bit of damage, and it just made him angry really. But yeah, after that, Gohan starts to fight the Namekians, and he actually goes to full power, because with the Namekians, they tell them, Piccolo and Gohan, that they didn't fight at the beginning of the tournament and they tried to avoid fighting because they fused with so many other Namekians, their power was still stabilizing. And I thought that was kind of a good explanation to why they didn't actually start like fighting sooner. And it kind of makes sense because they're getting used to their new energy and like it's obviously like stabilizing. But yeah, so Gohan fights both the Namekians again, like he's still fighting them on his own, and Piccolo charges up the special beam cannon again. And near the end of the episode, they're like get kind of attacking Gohan still, and Piccolo manages to charge it properly, and he fires the special beam cannon, and it like goes through both the Namekians' stomachs. I thought that was absolutely awesome. I really love the way they're using Piccolo's special beam cannon. It's kind of nostalgic, but it's like a really actually powerful technique, and it's actually really helpful. It just takes a while to charge up. And I like the kind of more slim Namekian compared to the more muscly one. When he gets like nailed by the special beam cannon, he says like, "So this is Universe 7's Namekian power." I really liked that kind of thing that he said. I thought that was a really cool thing he said. And yeah, at that time, when Goku uses his Kamehameha, Gohan also charges his one at the exact same time, and then Gohan launches the Kamehameha and blasts Universe 6's Namekians out of the arena as well. So Goku and Gohan both knock them out at the exact same time with the Kamehameha, and they have like a nice wide shot of both of them flying up into the air and then them falling out of the arena. Yeah, so both Universe 6 and Universe 2's fighters are eliminated, and this is where the sadness comes in the episode. And Rubranra's Universe 2, I say Rubranra's Universe 2 like she owns it, you get what I mean. They start to talk about love again, saying like, although we lost, we fought with our love and we did our best. And Universe 2's watching, and they like feel the exact same way, and they're still waving their like love glow sticks, and then yeah, they get erased. I liked their goodbye. They stayed true to themselves to the end, and they didn't let fear take hold of them. And I thought that was really brave of them, and I have a lot of respect for those characters for that, because that's not an easy thing to do. They're like staring death in the face, and they still stay true to who they are. Something funny though that happened was Caulifla says to the Universe 6 Namekians, if you earlier in the episode, if you lose, I'm gonna clobber you. And when they lose, they've got like holes through their stomachs, and as they got knocked out. And Caulifla's like running after them saying, I'm gonna clobber you. And then the Namekians are like, oh no, why are you gonna clobber us? We've still got like holes in our stomachs. And I found that really funny. Even Hellas, Universe 2's God of Destruction, believes in the love message. She joins in with kind of like their final kind of speech, which I thought was really heartwarming too. I just thought I'd bring that up because I like that as well. But yeah, Universe 6 also gets erased, and Kaba says that he says goodbye, Master Vegeta, and that was sad. It was very sad. It made me quite kind of emotional, I guess, because I like all the characters. Yeah, so I found it funny the way Kale was also following Caulifla when she was running after the Namekians. I noticed that. But yeah, Hit doesn't say anything. And the main kind of another sad point is that Champa like talks to Beerus and says goodbye to him, and he tells Beerus to look round. He looks round, and Champa makes a funny face, and then he disappears. So yeah, it hit me in the feels, I guess you could say. I found it quite sad at the end. It had me tearing up. But yeah, so Universe 2 and Universe 6 are erased. Yeah, that happened. So I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I'm going to do a video on the next episode preview as well. If I can get I'm going to do it, but my computer's playing up, but I'll find a way around it. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching if you got this far. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to get notifications from when my videos come out. Anyway, this video's gone long enough. My name's Zuli, and I'll catch you guys down the road.